Hello, I would like to speak to you all this evening as it relates to counselors' competency. When I think about counselor competency, um, it brings me to mind of a counselor really studying hard to learn all the rules, to become abreast of the rules, the laws, the statutes, the ACA, code of ethics, and things of that nature. I did look at the Texas State um, Board of Counselors website at the disciplines, and if I tell you there were more than I expected. The majority of disciplines I detected, though, were violating dual relationships with the client by either counseling their employer's child or a friend, or even having sexual relationships with the client. There were more of the sexual relationship with the clients than anything, and some of them merited administrative penalties of up to $900. These rules that I mentioned involved numbers 681.121, 681.93, and 681.41. My personal reaction to this list, I was actually brought to shock and appalled. I could not believe what I was seeing. There were a plethora of individuals, of professionals that were taking a chance on jeopardizing their skill, jeopardizing their craft, all the time that they spent, the work, how they worked so hard to get what they have attained, and to just throw it away like that and get penalized and brought to the forefront for disciplinary actions. I could not believe it. How did the lack of self-care on the counselor's part result in their impairment? Well, I do believe the counselor either had some issues up front, had their own personal innuendos that they tried to place upon the client, and they also were more into themselves as opposed to the client. And they became too engulfed with compassion for the client and not being mindful that the client is the one that needed the help and not them. They're there to help the client. And as far as the ACA Code of Ethics, in the ACA Code of Ethics, there was code C2G that stated the client must monitor themselves from their own impairments, be it physical, mental, or emotional problems, and refrain from offering services when they are impaired. Also, there was another one, F5B, impairment, where it says that students and supervisees must monitor themselves for signs of impairment from their own, again, physical, mental, or emotional problems, and refrain from offering or providing professional services so they do not harm a client or others. They must notify their faculty and or their supervisors and seek assistance for the problems that they reach the level of problems of impairment. Also, as I read in Remy and Leahy, it stated that counselors must be mindful and competent of their counseling. Although counseling, they say, is not easy to define, competence involves a combination of knowledge and skills and diligence. And what this brings to mind to me, from looking at all of these disciplines and things of that nature, uh, I don't understand how a counselor could go that far. And it reminds me to be knowledgeable, know the laws and regulations of the state, the ACA Code of Ethics, so that I can stay abreast of these things and not fall into those same traps. Stay focused on the client. The client is what's important, and the client is the one that needs the help. Thank you for letting me share, and thank you for your time.